Welcome to the channel. Today, we'll discuss one of the biggest developments in the AI landscape. Apple has chosen Google's Gemini as a basis for IT AI. In January 2026, the technology landscape reached a major turning point when Apple and Google officially confirmed a landmark multi-year partnership. This deal establishes Google's Gemini as the foundational engine for a revamped next-generation Siri and several key Apple Intelligence features. While the two companies have long been rivals in the smartphone market, this collaboration signals a pragmatic shift. Apple is prioritizing immediate, world-class AI capability to ensure the iPhone remains the center of the user's digital life, even if it means leaning on a competitor's infrastructure. The core of this agreement centers on what Apple calls Apple Foundation models. After a year of delays and a relatively quiet 2025, Apple concluded that Google's Gemini 3 architecture offered the most capable reasoning and multimodal foundation to power its ambitious vision for a personalized assistant. This doesn't mean Siri is simply becoming a Google app. Rather, Apple is using Gemini's brain as a base layer, heavily customizing it to integrate with Apple's own software ecosystem. This partnership is estimated to be worth approximately $1 billion annually, adding a massive new revenue stream to a relationship where Google already pays billions to be the default search engine on Safari. For the end user, the implications are profound and will begin to manifest with the release of iOS 26.4 this spring. The new Siri will move past its historical limitations of simple command and control. With Gemini's reasoning power, Siri will gain a conversational memory, allowing it to understand follow-up questions without needing to repeat context. It will also feature on-screen awareness, meaning it can see what you are looking at in an app and take action, such as extracting a date from a text message and accurately placing it in your calendar. This deep integration aims to make the assistant feel less like a voice-activated search bar and more like a proactive digital agent that can navigate complex multi-step tasks across different apps. Crucially, this deal does not mean Apple is abandoning its other high-profile partner, OpenAI. Since late 2024, Apple has employed ChatGPT as a specialized world knowledge layer. In the current ecosystem, ChatGPT serves as an optional opt-in tool for tasks that require broad creative generation or specialized expertise, such as writing long-form essays or generating images in specific artistic styles within the Image Playground app. While Gemini is now the invisible foundation of the system's core logic, ChatGPT remains the visible expert that users can call upon for specific requests. This two-pillar approach allows Apple to offer the best of both worlds: Google's massive infrastructure for system-wide reasoning and OpenAI's creative flair for specialized content. Privacy remains the central pillar of Apple's pitch to its customers. To prevent this deal from feeling like a data grab by Google, Apple is utilizing its private cloud compute architecture. When a request is too complex for on-device processing and needs to be sent to the Gemini-powered cloud, the data is processed on Apple's own silicon in secure data centers. The information is never stored, and Google does not have direct access to the raw user data, nor can they use it to train their models. This blind processing allows Apple to claim that even as Siri gets smarter through Google's technology, the user's personal life remains a closed book. The broader industry implications are just as significant. This deal helped propel Alphabet, Google's parent company, to a historic $4 trillion market valuation in early 2026, as it effectively secured Gemini as the dominant AI layer for both Android and iOS. However, the partnership is already drawing heavy scrutiny from global regulators. By deepening the tie between the two biggest names in mobile tech, Apple and Google are facing questions about an unreasonable concentration of power. Critics argue that this alliance could stifle smaller AI startups by creating a duopoly of intelligence that is difficult to disrupt. As we move through 2026, the success of this deal will be measured by whether Siri can finally live up to the decade of promises Apple has made. By integrating Gemini's raw power with Apple's design and privacy standards, while keeping ChatGPT as a secondary creative tool, Apple is attempting a delicate balancing act. They are betting that users care less about whose model is under the hood and more about having a phone that truly understands them. If successful, this silicon handshake will define the next decade of personal computing, turning the iPhone into a truly intelligent companion that is as capable as it is secure. If you recall my earlier video, I predicted Apple would have to partner with somebody. I thought there would be increased integration with ChatGPT. I really didn't see this coming, although I did see Gemini being the major player in the AI space due to Google's reach. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and share.